Hello students, today let us continue the fourth type of DBMS, that is object oriented DBMS, OODBMS. The main advantage of object oriented DBMS is its ability to handle many new data types including graphics, photographs, audio and video. So this database has an ability to handle data types including graphics, photographs, audios and videos. Object-oriented database use small reusable unit of code called object. So this database uses a code called object. Each object consists of two elements, that is data and method. For example, data, sound, video, text or graphics. Method, which are the instruction for what to do with the data. For example, your mom sees a Maggie packet, so the Maggie packet is the data and the method is by seeing the Maggie packet your mom gets to know okay, she has to prepare a Maggie out of it, so that is method. Advantages: object DBMS provides database connectivity and programming capability to the object oriented languages such as C++, Java and Smalltalk. It allows one-to-one mapping of the objects in the programs to the objects stored in the database. So this means you will have an objects in your program written in Java or C++. You write some program in it, so it contains objects in that program, and the database also contains the objects in this database. So it starts linking one-to-one mapping. So the object, if in your program if there is a student roll number, it starts mapping with the student roll number which is stored in the database. So it does one-to-one mapping. This makes object oriented DBMS better suited to support applications with complex relationships between data such as financial systems, telecommunication applications, design and manufacturing system, and hospital patient record system. So these are some of the complex relationships in hospital, maintaining the patient record, and in telecommunication, financial system. So these are some of the complex so this OODBMS suits for this applications. Disadvantages: they are more costly to develop and are only suitable for applications and systems with an object-oriented design and approach. So implementing this DBMS is costlier compared to the previous DBMS. And this suits only for the application which uses object-oriented design and approach. Next, DBMS architecture. The DBMS architecture defines the database at three levels, namely internal, conceptual, and external. So, first one is internal level. It is the lowest level of the data abstraction that deals with the physical representation of the database on the computer and thus is also known as physical level. It describes how the data is physically stored and organized in the storage medium. So we have studied four types of DBMS. In this internal level, it is the organization done at the computer level inside. So it may be hierarchical, it may be stored in hierarchical way, networked, relational, and OODBMS. It can be stored in the computer. So it is also known as physical level. It describes how data is physically stored and organized. That is, it may be hierarchical and many data types, data bases which we have studied. Next, conceptual level. This level of abstraction deals with the logical overall view of the database and it includes all the information that is going to be represented in the database. So it is also known as logical level. In this in this conceptual level, it will have all the information what way the data is being stored in the computer. So it is also known as logical level. It describes what data is stored in the database, the relationship among the data, and the complete view of the user's requirement without any concern for the physical implementation. So without any concern of physical implementation, it will have all the informations of how the data is stored, what are the relationships between the data, and what is the complete view of the how the user requires the view. All this information will be stored in this conceptual level. Next, external level. It is the highest level of abstraction that deals with the user's view of the database, and thus is also known as view level. So this external level is the view of the user. So one user I require maybe it in the form of tables, but the other user may require it in the form of Word doc, so many other types. So that is the view level. The external level describes a part of the DBMS for the particular group of users. It permits user to access data in a way that is customized according to their needs. So this means I may require in relation like table in the form of tables, and the one more user may require in the form of docs or PowerPoint, like that. So it will allow the user to access data how we require. Next, uses of database in our daily life. Databases are everywhere, and their effects on our daily lives is extensive. From the weather application to movies we watch online, databases are responsible for many of the services we utilize daily. So some of them are online television streaming, like in Netflix, you're using Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime Video, and many more. So these are all the some of the online television streaming that requires to uses database to generate a list of TV shows and movies to watch. And next, social gaming. So games like Game of Thrones uses database software to gather and service information of the individual players around the globe. So many players will be there around the globe. So it needs a database to store each and every user's data. Next, cloud storage. If you save photos or documents to your smartphone or tablets, it's likely to your data is stored in large central database called the cloud. So when you store any photos or videos or any data in your mobiles, it starts storing in the central database. It is called the cloud. Next, finance. Some of the stock market to your local bank databases are used across the financial world to track the daily transaction across the world and to analyze the data to predict the future economic trends. So finance, like bank, requires a database to store each and everyone's transaction, to track the transactions. Government organizations around the world are constantly collecting data for research, defense, legislation, and humanitarian purpose. So government organization also uses databases for many things, like storing the research data and many more. Sports. Huge databases are required to store player statistics, game performance, injury reports, and to predict the results of the game. So like in IPL, they require which player has which rating, how much he's capable, and his individual run rates previous, and any injuries report, and they need to predict the result of the game. Social media. Every social media platform stores vast amount of information in database that they use to recommend businesses, product, and topics to the user. So Facebook, WhatsApp, all this uses databases to store your data. Next, e-commerce. Any online organization that sells its products or services uses database to organize their products, pricing information, user purchase history, and they recommend other potential products to the customer. Example, Amazon, Flipkart, and these are some of the e-commerce that uses the databases to sell their products. Next, healthcare. Hospitals uses database to store extensive amount of patient data and health insurance information. So in healthcare, hospitals uses database for storing the patient records and their insurance information. In weather, predicting the weather across the globe is incredibly complex and depends on the myriad of the factors all gathered, stored, and analyzed within database, and we use to deliver weather forecast to your local TV stations or smartphone apps. So the weather prediction people also they use this database of the daily, and in your smartphones you get today this much weather, tomorrow it may be rainy, cloudy, so it requires database.